Hey, 7th grade. In this video, we're going to start our next unit of studies, which is going to involve a lot of graphing. So this first video is just going to be a review of the coordinate plane and how we graph points on the coordinate plane. And so the coordinate plane, just as a review, is formed by two different number lines. So remember in the last unit, we were using number lines to graph our solutions of inequalities. And so if you take one number line and you crisscross it with another number line, you get the coordinate plane. So now instead of just moving right and left, you can also move right, left, up, and down. Okay, so we call these axes. Okay, so one of these is the horizontal, and then the other one would be the vertical. Okay, and then again, these are known as the horizontal and vertical axes, which is the plural of the term axis. So we have a horizontal axis and a vertical axis. We have special names for both the horizontal and the vertical axis. So the horizontal axis here is called the x-axis. And then the vertical axis is called the y-axis. And that's down here below in the next part of your notes. And then these axes intersect at a special point that's called the origin. Okay, so sort of, if you will, the center point of your coordinate plane is what we call the origin. And what the origin and the axes do, basically, they divide the coordinate plane into four different quadrants. So we'll refer to those as quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you're ever talking about a point in this upper right quadrant, that's called quadrant 1. And we usually use a Roman numeral for that. Then if you go counterclockwise from there, the next quadrant, the upper left, would be quadrant 2. And then quadrant 3 would be down here. And then finally we have quadrant 4. Okay, so that's a little bit of a review on just the different parts of the coordinate plane. Okay, what we call the different parts. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at how we identify different points on the coordinate plane. So to identify a point, we use what's called an ordered pair. And that's just used to tell us the location, or the coordinates is what we often call them, of a point. And so an ordered pair will always look like this. It will be one number, comma, and then another number. And notice it's always in parentheses. It's very important that you put ordered pairs in parentheses. The first number you see is the x-coordinate. So that would be this one right here. And then the second number you see is going to be the y-coordinate. So that would be this second number right here. The x-coordinate is going to tell you how far the point is located right or left of the origin. Just like with a regular number line, if you're to the right of the origin, you're going to be, or to the right of 0, you're going to be in the positive realm, and if you're to the left of 0, you're going to be in the negative realm. And then the y-coordinate tells you how far the point is located either up or down from the origin. Up being positive and down being negative. So what I want to do on numbers 1 through 5 here is just, I've labeled 5 random points on the coordinate plane. By the way, you can name a point by using a capital letter. So I've got points A, B, C, D, and E here. And we're just going to name the coordinates of each of those points. So again, we're going to use two different numbers separated by a comma in parentheses, an ordered pair. So for this first point, A, I always look at my x-coordinate first, so I think, okay, how far to the left or the right from the origin is A? Well, A is to the left of the origin, so if we count our spaces, we're 1, 2, 3 spaces to the left, and so the x-coordinate of A would be at -3. So this point is going to be at -3, comma, and then we look at how far up or down is this point from the origin. This point is above the origin, so we're going to be counting up 1, 2 spaces. And so its y-coordinate would be +2. So we would say that the coordinates of this point are -3, 2. For B, this time we're to the right of the origin. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, we're going to be directly above B. Okay, so the x-coordinate is 4. And then for the y-coordinate, we need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. So we would be at -5 for our y-coordinate. So the ordered pair for this is 4, -5. Again, make sure you're using parentheses around your ordered pairs. Those are important to have. You need parentheses around those. Okay, for C, C is directly above the origin, so we're not moving left or right. Okay, C is directly above the origin. It's on the y-axis, so that means its x-coordinate is 0 because we haven't moved right or left. So x-coordinate is 0. The y-coordinate, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces above the origin, so the y-coordinate would be 6. So 0, 6. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and let you try D and E on your own. Once you have those, click play to check your answer. Okay, so for D, you probably had to do a little bit of estimating. You're 9 spaces to the right of the origin, so the x-coordinate is positive 9. And then if you're moving up, you're not going up 3 full spaces or 2 full spaces. You're going about in the middle of 2 and 3, so I would call that 2.5. So the coordinates would be 9, 2.5. Then for E, you are 6 spaces to the left of the origin and 3 spaces down, so that ordered pair would be -6, -3.